Chirag, just give us a bit of a bigger picture here as to the rationale and the reasoning that drove you to decide to move ahead with this IPO.
Hi, thank you, guys. The insurance regulators in Qatar require every licensed onshore insurance company to be listed on Qatar Stock Exchange. That's a regulatory requirement. Now, QIC started QLM about 10 years ago in 2011 and nurtured it to become the largest medical and life insurance company in Qatar on a standalone basis. Now, it was about time given the regulatory requirement, that we had to take the insurance company public, and that's exactly what we are doing here.
What about the lifting of the embargo on Qatar by some of its Gulf neighbors? To what extent does that improve the outlook for you?
Look, QLM, again, being the largest medical and life insurance company in Qatar, has market share about 50% in Qatar, and gets close to 80% of its revenues from Qatar. Only 20% come from Oman, Kuwait, and a little bit from UAE. So obviously, the opening up of the blockade, throws up new opportunities for QLM to expand his horizons beyond Qatar, outside of Qatar. And definitely, it's an exciting time for us to be listing at a time when the blockade is gone.
What is the dividend policy likely to be, and how does that live up to expectations around capital adequacy vis-a-vis the regulators?
So the dividend policy of QLM, as drafted in the constitutional documents, is to distribute between 40 to 60% of its net earnings. QLM, mind you, has been an extremely profitable organization. So there's a fair bit of certainty about dividend here. Obviously, the 40 to 60% distribution is subject to regulatory requirements and keeping in mind the business needs as well as the liquidity needs. So from that perspective, if you compare to the dividend yields in Qatar market, I think QLM would be in a position to offer robust dividend yields to investors. Capital adequacy, Qatar Central Bank is a regulator for QLM or for all insurance companies in Qatar. The capital adequacy based on the June 2020 numbers is about close to 195%. So that it is a very, very well capitalized insurance company.
How is the QIC going to benefit from this stake sale, Chirag?
QIC is the mainstay for QIC is property and casualty, marine, aviation, and motor. Medical, of course, is an important line of business, but obviously it's not nowhere as big as the other lines, which are QIC's mainstay. So selling of QLM will allow QIC to channelize the capital and liquidity in growing its mainstay, which, as I said, is property and casualty, marine, aviation, motor. Also, the profit that is released from QLM sale will help boost QIC's capital position further and strengthen its balance sheet. The liquidity which we are generating from sale, which is quite sizable, as about 659 million riyals of liquidity, which will be generated for QIC from the sale, will be invested judiciously in very liquid, high quality bonds, which is what QIC's investment style has always been, and this will further help QIC in improving its investment income.
Yeah. What about the mandatory insurance scheme? I mean, I think that once that really picks up and kicks into gear, be it in Saudi Arabia or in Qatar, it's really going to play into your cards, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think the next phase of growth for QLM will definitely come from the rollout of the mandatory insurance or mandatory health insurance scheme, which the government of Qatar has been discussing for a while. It has been successfully implemented in UAE and Saudi, and it is expected that the government of Qatar would soon come out with a scheme. QLM, being the largest medical insurer in the country, would be a natural choice for the government to use for rolling out the scheme. using QLM's know-how of the business, its network of providers, and its ID system. So yeah, definitely it's something to look out for, and QLM should benefit immensely from that.